Hey, this is Rick from For Community, creating community spaces so you can connect with others and also with God. Isn't breathing so wonderful? So wonderful because it goes both ways. We inhale to fill ourselves up, and then we exhale to let go of all that kind of stuff. If we never exhaled and only inhaled, we would pop. If we only exhaled all the time and never inhaled, we would flatten ourselves like a pancake until there was absolutely nothing left of ourselves. Breathing is wonderful because it goes both ways, and that's a really simple starting point for where we're going to go in this video. So many of us work all the time. We're always spending ourselves on something. So many of us rarely take time off. So many of us are not able to take a lot of time off. We stay healthy when we have a good mix of inhaling and exhaling, when we've got a good mix of work and rest. We walk outside of healthy when we're either working or resting way too much. Happy Labor Day weekend. This is Labor Day weekend that this video is being posted on, a celebration of both working and also a moment when we can take a rest. Life is so busy. We have many opportunities to exhale. When do we have the opportunity to inhale? Because if we don't have the opportunity to inhale, there will be nothing left except a very thin pancake and poof, we're gone. So busy people, we need to take a break. This weekend is a wonderful time for us to think about how do we fill up after we have expended ourselves. This video is based on my interpretation of Philippians chapter 4, verses 10 to 14. We're coming to the end of the letter, and I think this may be the last video for Philippians in a while, and I think we're going to go to Colossians next. As Paul closes, he pauses to reflect on his needs and how they're met. He has this awesome testimony of resilience. Regardless of the situation he needs to live in, he's been able to find contentment. He makes this profound statement: I can do everything through Christ, exile, who gives me strength. Inhale. There are two things going on in this one sentence. There's a doing and there's a filling up. There's an exhale and there's an inhale. Paul is working hard for Jesus even while in chains, and Paul's finding rest and filling up in Jesus too. As we look at this passage, let's keep the illustration of breathing in mind to see how Paul is able to inhale and exhale as he goes about his business being in chains and in prison, at keeping his great resilience. Philippians 4, 10 to 14. How I praise the Lord that you are concerned about me. I know you've always been concerned for me, but you didn't have the chance to help me. Not that I was ever in need, for I've learned how to be content with whatever I have. I know how to live on almost nothing or with everything. I have learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it's with a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. Even so, you have done well to share with me in my present difficulty.
Oops.
Oh, hey, let me get that for you.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, hey, what's this about on your poster?
Oh, For Community?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
It's an online church where we connect with others and God. It is super cool. You should really check it out. There's a weekly video with a follow-up Zoom meeting on Sunday. And the kids in our group watch Connect HQ. Then in the Zoom meeting, they talk about what they learned. Also, our pastor makes sure to put characters that kids would know in the background of each video.
Oh, cool. I'll check it out.
Really simple point for this video. Remember to breathe. Working is like exhaling. Resting is like inhaling. As you're working, you are expending yourself. What are you doing to fill yourself up? There are things that deplete you, and there are things that fill you back up. I'm going to look at this one verse to help you assess if you're spending too much time exhaling, and think about what you need to do to inhale. First of all, let's look at exhaling. The text says, "For I can do everything through Christ." I'm seeing clients now, and I love all that I do, but there is a cost to this. Helping people sort through their problems requires a lot of personal energy, personal presence. I am engaging with my client, and there is an end to me. We are all capable of awesome things. Parents are awesome. Husband and wives are awesome. Kids are awesome. We can all do very, very awesome things. Paul spends time in a couple of other of his letters talking about the awesome things that we all can do. And one of my favorite passages is actually found in Ephesians 4:16, when he says we build each other up when each of us does our work, that unique thing that God has created us to do, the awesome stuff that we're capable of. I believe that when we all come together and find ways to embrace our diversity and do the unique things that we can do awesomely, that life will just be better all around. But that's only half of the story. You have a limit. You may be able to do lots of things, all the things, but you can't do all the things for very long. You can do something awesome for a little while, and then you need to take a break. Because if you continue to do awesome things, if you continue to exhale, you are reaching the end of yourself, and you are going to pancake, and you are going to poof out of existence, in a manner of speaking. Let's look at inhaling. The text also says, "Who gives me strength?" What fills you up? What restores you after depleting yourself? I'll give you some examples of what fills me up. Just a simple example, playing Minecraft with my kids actually restores me a little bit. It gets me out of that top-down dad thing that I do, and it lets me just play with my kids, and we're all having fun together. Inductive studies. Man, I love how they make me feel like God and I are personally connecting, and I'm hearing something directly from God just for me personally. I love inductive studies. Playing the guitar and singing, I also like doing that. That fills me up. Or just playing blues riffs sometimes and not singing, just going up and down the neck of the guitar, just playing some blues riffs. That's kind of fun. Exercising. Exercising fills me up. Very grounding. I love it. Socializing. Love socializing. It fills me up. Board gaming. I love playing board games, particularly with people. Even solo board games can be fun as well. Let me tell you about my happy place. I'm going to ask you questions around this kind of stuff too. My happy place. Okay, the one spot that I think of when life is going like, oh, I'm so stressed right now and I need to feel a little unstressed. I think about being in my tent trailer, lying down on my part of the bed as the canvas is sort of angling down with my iPad in my hand and reading Green Lantern comics. That's my happy place. Okay, for me, if I want to keep on giving and giving and giving and giving and being a helper for people, I need to keep on filling and filling and filling and filling up. If I'm not exercising, doing my inductive studies, and connecting with people socially, I am dying because I am running out of breath. And it's the same for you. So what about you? What fills you up? Paul says that it's Jesus who gives him strength. Amen to that. That's my experience too. Paul fills up on Jesus. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of options here, does he? He's in chains. He is in prison. That version of the prison way back long ago. He doesn't even have a pencil and a paper to write with unless someone from the outside brings it to him. Jesus is it for him. So for him, he's singing hymns. We see this in a couple of his other letters. We know that he's singing hymns. He's praying. He's talking to people about Jesus. That is filling him up. He's also thinking about the resurrection a lot, we see in this document. Keeping in mind all of the stuff that's healthy rather than keeping in mind the things that are bringing him down. So he's totally winning the battle of his mind. If you want to inhale because you're being depleted, there are 3 things you're going to want to consider. These are 3 things that will give you life as you find yourself depleting. You need to focus on the heart, you need to focus on the mind, and you need to focus on the body. Heart, mind, body. Let's talk about the heart. You want to be connecting personally with Jesus and with others to take care of your heart. Connecting with others socially and connecting with Jesus socially is totally awesome. Let's talk about the mind. You want to be doing something that clears your mind, like reading the Bible, like learning something new, taking a course or something. Particularly, I love inductive studies because it really it helps to clear my mind and my heart at the same time. You also want to be exercising somehow to take care of that body, because exercising helps to ground us and helps something called the parasympathetic nervous system to kick in so you feel a little better and less stress. Or if you're working too much because you're on shift, you're on your feet all the time, then you need to be resting. When you're working hard, your heart, your mind, and your body, they're getting depleted. and they need some attention. They need to inhale. If you're working all the time, you're always exhaling, and soon you're going to pancake into nothingness. Your heart starts to feel anxious, dark, and hopeless. Your mind is unfocused, a little chaotic maybe, and maybe a little too dark. Your body is slouching, slow, and tired, and your body posture is making you feel even worse. Jesus is here for you, just like he was there for Paul. He's your best friend. He loves you, and he loves connecting with you. Can I please encourage you to inhale this week, particularly on this Labor Day long weekend? Take some time to connect with Jesus and to take care of your heart. Take some time to read the Bible and settle your mind. Go on a few prayer walks. Go to the gym. Get that body moving. Or lay down and get some rest, depending on what your body needs. Okay, here's the summary. Jesus filled Paul up. Paul in chains, in prison, suffering because he was being persecuted for sharing about Jesus. He is totally in an exhaling moment, but he's also inhaling because he's connecting with Jesus. He's filling his mind up as he's thinking about the Bible, reading any kind of Old Testament stuff whenever he can get it, but also he's thinking about the resurrection, keeping his mind right there. Paul could expend himself doing all the things that he is doing by being arrested for sharing the gospel because he was filling up on Jesus. Jesus was enabling him. Here's a takeaway this week. Could you take care of your heart? Could you take care of your mind? And could you take care of your body by connecting with Jesus, by connecting with others, by engaging your mind in the Bible somehow, and by either exercising or resting, or maybe a little both, stretching, sleeping in past noon, whatever it is you need. How are you going to be intentional about filling up on Jesus this week? How are you going to inhale? Okay, looking forward to discussing that this coming Sunday on Zoom still. That's it from me to you for now. Would you please like, share, subscribe, comment? Would you please ask for the link? I'd love to connect with you for community, creating community spaces so you can connect with others and also with God. See you next time.